Hey guys, Rush G here. How are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. This video today, this is another question that Squiggy Joe asked, and it's another great question. I actually tried recording this video a long time ago. It was quite complicated, so I kind of gave up. But I think I can cover it in pretty straightforward detail. So all I want to show you is what offensive options you've got after a throw. Now, throw in the corner can now move backwards, as you know. You are plus, let me see if I can do the maths. You should be plus 17, I think. Plus 13. I put the 2 the wrong way. So the dash is 15 frames. So yeah, I'm plus 13, which makes sense. That's correct. Yeah. So when you're plus 13, you can do things here to scare or pressure the opponent. The thing with this is, and this has taken me a long time to learn this, and this has been a massive improvement in my gameplay. That's basically enabled me to I can really put the corner game pressure on with my options that I use now. And I think if I'm honest, you should keep it really simple. Don't overcomplicate things. So when you throw the opponent, you can meet the opponent if they wake up buttons. You can wait, I guess, and catch a whiff button. You can dash, and you're -2 after dash, so you're not actually punishable. The main options here are, the main 2 I think that Ken has, the most scary options are that option, throw into walk up throw, because this will force the opponent to consider pressing a button. You can often do throw, walk up throw, walk up throw. And I think by the 3rd walk up throw, you've done mental damage to the opponent there. Then they're going to ask themselves, right, is this guy going to go for a 4th? Do I risk pressing a button? Because if they press a button, it's very bad for them. I showed this before on the channel. They risk getting crush countered by stand heavy punch. If you want to auto time, you can do stand heavy kick VTC. If you're not a fan of manual timing, you can just do the heavy kick into VTC, and that will crush counter a wake up button. I think you can do EX Fireball as well. I'm not. Yeah, EX Fireball works as well. The raw EX Fireball will catch a wake up button, and you can manually time things as well. So stand medium punch is quite good. The stand medium punch, regular Fireball works. You can just do raw stand medium punch if you want. That'll work as well, and you get a follow-up. So you can meet the opponent in many ways. Many of the options do require manual timing. That's the only downside to it. I think EX Fireball and stand heavy kick will hit meaty auto-timed, but the rest are manually timed. You can do a line breaker as well. It's a really nice option, but it's not that easy to confirm. The reason why I like bright line breaker is because with 1 bar of EX, as you saw there, you can net nearly 300 damage. That's really nice. That is a nice option. Okay, so this is all a gamble. You don't know what the opponent will do on wake up, and also the opponent doesn't know what you have to do. You kind of have to commit to an option, both of you. So it's, even though you're on the offensive and they're on the defensive side of the fence because they're in the corner, it doesn't mean that either of your options will be successful. Does that make sense? So even though you have the offense, you will apply pressure. It's not to say your offense is going to succeed. Maybe the risk reward is in your favor because you've got the corner positioning, but that doesn't mean what you're going to do is going to work. So what I generally do is I will use 3 options. I'll go for, why do these combos always miss in these videos? Anyway, I'll go for meter stand heavy punch. If I want to frame trap, if I want to meter them and frame trap to add additional pressure, I'll go for micro walk back medium punch. Now I'll explain why that's good a bit later on in the video. I didn't micro walk enough. That's another really good option. Combined with the EX Fireball, it's very powerful. You don't need the EX Fireball there, but generally I like it. And the reason I like the X Fireball is because I can do a delay between the back medium punch, heavy punch. But we'll talk about that a bit later on. So that's the two, I think that's the two best meaty options. The micro walk heavy punch and the slightly longer micro walk back medium punch. You can just do step kick as well, that's another option if you don't want to spend meter. So those are the meaty options, the two best meaty options. If you want the auto timed and you got V trigger available, go for the EX Fireball or go for the stand heavy kick. It's a bit lazy to be honest, but if you want the guaranteed timing, that'll work as well, as I showed you earlier on in the video. But also consider, actually there is more options, you know. I just remembered. Consider this, the walk up throw, and learn the timing to reduce the walk you do into the throw. If you don't walk enough, the throw will whiff. If you walk too much, you've taken too much time. So you've got to get a nice balance between the two. A slight walk into the throw. That's very, very scary, and that's the fundamental like groundwork to his corner game. To establish the walk up throws, if you think they're a button presser, you can just wait. Just wait. Let them whiff a button, then walk in and throw them. Really abuse them in the corner with this like mix up of pressure. So that's three layers we've got now. We've got the walk up throw, we've got the weight into walk up throw, and we've got the meaty option. Once they're scared, or you can do this quite early on, don't be afraid to do dash throw. Now the dash is -2 and the throw startup is 5 frames, so that's actually like, that's pretty risky because the dash and the throw combined, you're in 7 frames until your throw connects the second throw. But you can just do a dash and block. Okay, you do risk getting thrown yourself into the corner, but really, unless you've conditioned them to tech in the corner, dashing up quite early on isn't too bad. They're probably just going to press a button after their dash, but it's not really something people expect you to do with Ken. I think I don't see people dash often. Against the Balrog recently, I did a throw. I think I did a walk up throw. Then I did the stand heavy punch, got a crush counter. Then after that, I did another throw, and I just did dash up throw. And the guy just didn't know what to do. I'll try and find the clip actually. I'll put it at the end of the video just to give you an example. But that's one specific example of many recently where I've had success in the corner with this pressure. What else could you do? So once you've got them like worrying in the corner, I don't know if I set this wake up option on. I think I did. Let's look at the options I've set first. This is backdash. The backdash can be a problem in the corner. Talk about that a bit later on. Or what he did then. Okay, tech. So once they're scared of the throw, so watch this. I should be able to do dash up. Yeah, I can do dash up throw, and they can tech it. But if they're scared now, you get shimmy situations now. So that's another layer you can add to it. Once they're scared of the walk up throw, and this is where the weight walk up throw is good. If I walk up throw now, immediate walk up throw, he'll take the throw. If I wait and walk in behind the throw, they're gonna get hit. So there's so many layers to this. But you, again, like I said, it's a gamble on your behalf. You have the offensive pressure. You have the corner positioning. You know, you have the advantage in terms of screen positioning. But it's still a risk because everything you do, everything I'm showing you right now, can be countered by the opponent, but they have to take a gamble, a risk to counter that option. It's literally rock, paper, scissors right now in the corner. And because they can't mix up the rise type, the quick rise, back rise, they are forced to do delay rise or quick rise because it's a throw, isn't it? There's no back rise when you wake up versus a throw. It simplifies the pressure options for you. Let's go to backdash now. This does take the situation to another plane, which is quite difficult to deal with now. That's something else to think about. So if they're a backdasher, or you see them backdashing, the walk up, stand heavy punch, the micro walk, stand heavy punch is the best option. But now you have the added problem that they're airborne. Now, what you want to do is, and I haven't labbed this myself, is you want to set backdash and wake up jab on together. and you want to use the same stand heavy punch timing after the micro walk, but you want to learn to react to whether they're grounded or they're in an airborne state. Airborne means they're backdashed, which will mean your combos will change. You have to commit to different options. Or if they are grounded, that means they pressed a button more than likely. So you go for a different situation. So you can commit to the step kick in both situations, but you're going to limit your damage potential there. So it's a good training exercise. You can see there I'm just defaulting to step kick every time because I haven't practiced this. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got the reactions for that just yet. I haven't trained it enough, or at all, to be fair. But that's how you deal with the backdash. I think EX Fireball works pretty well with the backdash as well. Into V trigger. Look at that option. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's great. So they remain grounded. That's really nice. What about stand heavy kick? Okay, yeah. So even though he did backdash, he got caught. Oh no, that's my fault. Sorry guys. Oh, I've set the guard option on him now. My bad. So that should be backdash now. Okay, let's try that again. Fireball. Okay, yeah, he's airborne. You see how he's in the air during the activation? Try it again. Okay, okay. If you do it, my timing was off there. Okay, let's try it again. If you do immediate EX Fireball, he'll be grounded to V trigger, so you can get good damage off that. If you want to spend a bit more meter, you can do that. Or about stand heavy kick. Okay, so that still hits meaty when they're grounded. That's cool, that's cool. So that's multiple ways to deal with the backdash. I prefer the stand heavy punch option. Hey, I landed a combo finally during the lab work, during the videos. So if you've got V trigger 1 and they backdash and you get a stand heavy punch, you get some really cool combos like that, for example. I actually landed that recently in a match, which was a very nice feeling, I must say. Okay. So Chin Buster, so what is the deal? Why would you use Chin Buster over stand heavy punch? So again, I think I've covered this on the channel somewhere before. I'm going to get the opponent to block now. Block on wake up. I'll get them into crouch block to simulate a more realistic situation. But I'm going to get them to do something. That will do. That's a random option. Oh, you know what? Just to satisfy my OCD, let's get him to press jab instead of crouching heavy punch. That's from the previous video. Okay, so I'm going to throw the opponent and they're going to crouch block because they're scared. This is why you'd use Chin Buster, and you add, the important part of using Chin Buster is you must add the delay to frame trap. That wasn't a delay, big enough delay. Wasn't big enough delay. Too long. What is going on? There you go. That's the reason why you would use Chin Buster over stand heavy punch, because if I stand heavy punch now, get blocked out and I'm pushed out of a range where I can really do anything. You know what I mean? To be fair, good option here, thinking about it. No, it doesn't catch in time. Fair enough. Okay, cool. That's why I use Chin Buster. So you create the frame trap, commit to the EX Fireball, because obviously the EX Fireball keeps the frame trap safe, because normally that's unsafe, minus 13. EX Fireball keeps it safe. We've covered this many times. So use the frame trap. To net you more damage. That adds another layer to the meaty option if they wake up buttons, or their defensive on wake up after the throw. So the situation here is the opponent is happy for you to walk up throw them, but once they see the back meaning punch, you put the concept in their mind that you've taken your turn. -2 on block, isn't it? So then you can kind of force them to press a button in this situation, and you can score the frame trap to expose them, and then rinse repeat. You literally just go around the circle, depending on their meter options, depending on the character you face, depending on player habits. You must decide what you think is best. And obviously the biggest part of this is your conditioning. Has your conditioning broken their mental state, causing them to panic tech, to panic press, to jump, you know, to backdash? Have you made them panic enough to resort to those options? And are you ready to deal with them based on your conditioning and sort of like your downloading of that opponent? Do you understand the opponent's decision making well enough to expose them, and based on the situation you presented to them? So it is a very deep topic. It's very difficult to guess right every time, but remember, you've got the advantage here. And the safest thing to do is, if you don't want to go in, you know, for the risk of being hit into V trigger activation, then they put you in the corner or they score massive damage, just wait. Just wait for them to do something. Just back off a little bit. Don't be afraid to back off, because then you force them to consider jumping out, dashing at you, taking a risk perhaps as well. That is a worthwhile option. Don't think you can't just reset back to neutral. But like standing here after you've done the throw, if you're a little scared of their options, their meter, you can just head back here and just wait for the dash, wait for the jump, easy anti-air. Do you know what I mean? And you can, if your neutral game's good and you've got confidence in it, you can just, you know, go back to neutral and just play the neutral game. Because the risk of having the corner positioning is you can easily get back thrown into the corner. You don't want that to happen, because then all the stuff I've just mentioned in this video then applies to you from the defensive position, and that's not good. I lose a lot of matches because I'm sat in the defensive position in the corner, you know, a less advantageous screen position, and I'm guessing wrong, and I'm getting hit, and then I'm just losing. It's easy to lose. It's easy to lose rounds when you're in the corner and you guess wrong. It's a horrible feeling. But that is Street Fighter 5 in a nutshell. Guys, I think I've spoken about the topic more than enough. So I've given you the options, I've given you the theory. So experiment, play around with it. I think this is a very, very important video, a really powerful video. And I think for everyone, intermediate, beginner, expert, I know that wasn't in order, you must learn this. This is a fundamental thing you must learn with Ken. And it'll take time, it'll take practice. But if you can somewhat master this, you will see your pressure game excel. But you know, once you put them in the corner, you will dominate and you will scare people, and they will just complain and moan about Ken even more. Say he's broken. I've heard it before. Sometimes people say to me, oh, Ken's corner game is broken. I never saw it before, but I understand it to a certain degree now. It's not broken, but it is very intimidating once you get into someone's head. So experiment, play around, ask questions, practice, practice, practice. Yeah, that's it. Another video down. Guys, thanks for watching. And another great question from Squigey Joe. Yeah, take care guys, and I will catch you in the next video.